Joshua had mentioned that the air quality, that the air contamination can't be pinpointed to Cafos in particular, and that it's not significant. But it has been shown that the polluted air from Cafos can impact the surrounding communities. But the Cafos directly impact the air quality. These, according to Carrie Herwald, these large factory farms produce gaseous air emissions in abundance from the decomposition of manure and the movement of animals. Among these hazardous air pollutants are methane, ammonia, and hydrogen sulfide. So this shows that Cafos do in fact have a significant effect of the air quality. Poor air quality poses a threat to workers, which not only workers but people around the communities. According to Merkel, gaseous emissions, which include ammonia and sulfur, contribute to the odor, which Eric had mentioned, as well as fine dust and arsenols in the atmosphere. The Cafos workers are in direct contact with the emissions and have reported complaints of sinusitis, acute and chronic bronchitis, headaches, and muscle aches. People around the areas are in the proximity of the Cafo farms are affected by the air quality. And also, it has been shown in a study, according to Austenberg, that there has been reported depression and anxiety where these Cafos are for people in the communities where these Cafos are found in North Carolina. Another proof that polluted air from Cafos can impact surrounding communities. There was also an investigation that was conducted by the University of North Carolina that concluded that there was a higher prevalence of headaches and respiratory problems on residents living near Cafos compared to people living far away. Joshua also had mentioned that EPA has an involvement, and there's currently policy in progress, but it has been shown in the past that EPA has had issues with regulating the Cafos, in particular their permitting. The Cafo rule under the EPA is tremendously flawed and unstable. According to Terrence J. Center, in the late 1980s, the EPA wasn't following the Clean Water Act in regulating Cafo discharges. A lawsuit against the EPA mandated a revision that was established in 2003, which then resulted in another lawsuit that mandated another revision. Due to costs, agriculture groups are attempting to limit the numbers of operators who must secure permits. So it has been shown that EPA doesn't specifically contend to these required permits for the Cafos because they don't want to put the Cafos out of business. There are certain ways that the Cafos work around the regulations that are installed by the EPA. According to Coble, most Cafos, which are smaller, medium-sized facilities, are considered non-point sources for pollution and are therefore not required to obtain the permit. The EPA's authority is limited to the regulation of Cafos that discharge. Due to recent ruling, there must be an actual discharge to navigable water before Clean Water Act's requirements. So the EPA can't actually regulate the Cafos until after there has already been a discharge and waters have already been contaminated. So that poses an issue, and it signifies that EPA doesn't, in the past, hasn't done enough to regulate the Cafos. Joshua also had mentioned that a vast majority of the people consume meat, and there's little amount of vegetarians. So therefore, it would significantly affect the economy. It is true that meat is among the top commodity according to the USDA. A recent report indicated that cattle and calves are the top U.S. commodity, followed by dairy products second, and broilers in fifth. So there is a significant demand for animals, but what we are proposing is that we diminish and find ways to regulate these CAFOs more and not completely eliminate them, but to cause less harm